the best game I've ever played in my entire life is coming out. It finally has a date. It is Animo! Animo had about 3 betas that I got to participate in over the course of the last year, and I just gotta say, my biggest complaint at the end of the last beta was basically, can you just release the game now? Because this beta finally made a lot of the pieces click for me. The story felt more cohesive. The quest log actually gave you enough context to remember what you were doing. And I got to try nurturing as another way to hunt for Prismana Forms. I discovered what might already be my favorite mode in the game too, Egg Heist. But more importantly, after spending all that time in Animo, there are quite a few things I wish I understood sooner. So before the game launches on September 16th, I wanted to put together the beginner guide I would have wanted when I started. So what to focus on, what not to waste, which systems actually matter early, and a few mistakes you definitely don't need to repeat after me. And of course, this is based on the beta, so some things may change at launch. Take everything with a grain of salt, or considering where you are, maybe a grain of sugar. But just in case you're new here, or if you still have some questions, what is Animo? Animo is an open world creature collecting game launching September 16th, 2026 on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. So far, there's no word on a Switch release. And yes, it is very cute, bright colors, sparkly textures, adorable creatures, and those gorgeous Prismana Forms. But what really makes Animo interesting is how involved your Animo are in basically everything you do. You can twine with them and actually become your Animo to explore and fight or battle alongside them. They help with movement, combat, exploration, your RV and home systems, and different challenges throughout the world of Idyll. It really feels like the game wants you to build a relationship with the creatures you collect, instead of just catching them and leaving them in storage. It is really strong too. You can invite friends into your world, level up friendships, explore together, take on Pathfinder challenges, and jump into activities like Egg Heist, Team Battlegrounds, and PvP. They even added voice chat, so you can basically hang out with your friends while you're doing all of this. So at its core, Animo is creature collecting, exploration, combat, twining, cozy systems, and a surprisingly big social experience, all wrapped up in this super colorful kawaii world. What should a beginner focus on first then? When you first land in Animo, don't rush past the creatures around you trying to find something better. If launch progression works like it did in beta, I'd actually recommend catching at least one of every Animo you encounter on your way through the initial quest and on your way to the first city. You're going to need to capture Animo throughout each region anyway, and those early creatures give you a surprisingly solid starting roster. They also give you different elements and abilities to experiment with, while the early quests are teaching you how catching, twining, combat, and elemental counters work. So that brings us to the next point. Learn the catching loop early. So Animo are captured with anipods, or anipods, and there are multiple tiers that improve your chances of catching stronger and harder to capture Animos. So during beta, we had normal, pro, mega, hyper, ultra, trace, and sparkling. You want to make sure not to burn through your best anipods early, especially when you're hunting alphas, and you probably are going to want to use the ultra anipod so you can ensure that you get an alpha with an excellent or perfect trait, okay? Sometimes I actually preferred using an Animo's abilities while twined because I had more direct control over where I was aiming. It's a really cool combination to create a roster with 4 Animo from the same family. You'll find in Animo most of them start as these little cute baby forms, and they can evolve into an adult form. You want to start learning your elemental counters early. You don't need to memorize Animo's entire combat system before you even reach camp, but start paying attention to why one Animo feels dramatically better against certain enemies than another one does. One thing that really helped are the early Pathfinder challenges. They're really useful for teaching elemental counters, and once that clicked, team building made a lot more sense to me. Instead of thinking which 4 Animo are the strongest, consider what does this team let me handle? Because sometimes you'll want to switch your roster based on the region that you're catching in, or even for Egg Heist. And all throughout your catching and exploration, you want to make sure you pay attention to, the tier of your Animo. This is really important once you start catching alphas, the different weather forms, and any other interesting variations that are not Prismana. Because alpha does not automatically mean it's a perfect Animo, and something being a lower potential doesn't really mean it isn't special. So before you register or release any of your Animo in the camp, make sure you check the whole thing. Their alpha status, their special or weather form, and then take a look and see if check to see if they are common, good, elite, or perfect. Another good note, remember to organize your Animo. You'll be out there catching, and especially with the nurturing sequence, you can end up catching like 50 Animo in one sitting. Where do those all go? If you take a look at your Animo inventory, you'll be able to organize your Animo and filter them by if they're common, good, elite, or perfect. If they are alphas, if they are Prismana, you have the ability to put them all into one box and lock it. You can also upgrade the size of your Animo storage through the character upgrades. Now, this is just important because the more you stack alphas that may not be elite or perfect, the more you start to gather your Prismana, and even as you start to build your rosters, it's going to become a bit difficult to have to keep filtering through 300 Animos, 150 of which are only good, and you really just need those 2 perfect. You can release Animo from your inventory, but again, it's safer to first organize and lock away the ones you never want to accidentally release before you move forward. Here are some resources I would be more careful with as well. Now, Animo has a lot of currencies, all right? But we're just going to touch on the ones that ran out on me during beta, okay? So I'm definitely going to need to make a separate guide for the full economy, but here are the 3 I'd pay attention to immediately. Glimmer. Do not treat Glimmer like limited money. During beta, I accumulated a decent amount just by playing, so I wasn't really worried about it. But then once I started figuring out how to upgrade my Animo, and I started nurturing more to get Prismana Forms, I ran out. Because Glimmer is tied to things like your progression, quests, the battle pass, chests, and other activities, it began to feel a lot more finite once I started spending aggressively. Glimmer is what you can use in the shop, or at least is the way it was in beta, to purchase the things you needed to enhance your nurture blooms, to purchase the materials you needed to enhance your Animo. I'm not sure what they'll do when the game is out officially in a few weeks, but if it's anything like it was in beta, protect your Glimmer. Lumen crystals are not necessarily like a resource that can run out, but they are something you definitely run into while you're just running around and exploring. I kind of left this to the end of the beta, but I feel like it's pretty important to understand that just while you're running around, you can literally pick up these lumen and build up things like your increased stamina around the map. You can get eggs. You can also get some other cool prizes. They might change it, but the point is, ending up with unlimited stamina while running around and capturing Animo is fantastic. Animo seems to have something in there, one of those progression gates. But it's called Primergy, and it's very specific to certain activities like farming, different resources, repeating different battle content. Basically, if you want to go after alphas, and do the battles all day, you're going to want to spend some permaG to return your ability to actually get the rewards from those activities. Now, I don't know if those mechanics will change, but just know that you want to hold on to that. And then comes the cozy RV and its economy. Oh my gosh, guys, we get an RV. Okay, so just a quick note about this, because sometimes it felt like folks didn't really pay attention to it in the beta, but I'm a builder. I'm gonna pay attention to the homes. So when it comes to your homeland, it has its own currency. There are the home coins, and those are what come from selling your crops and your goods. And they can be used to upgrade your farming, your production materials. You can use it to buy more seeds for your fruits, vegetables, your flowers, and other little items there in the home. And then there are bud tickets, and those are huge for the builders, because we need them for decorations, materials, buildings, everything. So when you first get your homeland, you should also get the ability to unlock the little home store, and there's a specific bot that will allow you to get every 24 hours you can fulfill these orders, and they have like 2 times the amount of rewards. So you can get bud tickets, you can get home coins, and you probably want to check that every day at the start of your gameplay so that you can make sure you set the right crops growing. And sometimes you have to send your Animo out on the RV to gather the materials in the surrounding region. I know, the details are so cool. And so you want to make sure you start early with that, especially if you want to get your RV leveled up. I had to do it because that's how I got my lovely Fed main. All right, so in summary, make sure you catch the Animo around you, build a balanced roster, follow the early quests, learn twining, pay attention to elemental counters, explore instead of rushing, do the map challenges you naturally encounter, check your daily homeland request, be intentional with Glimmer and permaG, save your perfects, and please check your auto-release settings. Are you excited for when Animo launches? Stay tuned here, and also visit my website, iridescentsugar.com, where I'll be building helpful Animo tools, including a homeland production calculator. I am so excited for when Animo lands. I just want us all to start on our best foot forward. So please leave any questions you have or any guides you'd like me to create, and check back.